Welcome back to this series of short tutorials on how to perform reproductive analysis using the instructions outlined in the standard operating procedure linked in the description below. What we're going to do now is plot the weight-length relationship. To do this, you're going to choose Insert, and from the Charts menu, click on the Scatter plot here. You'll get a drop-down menu and just choose Scatter. You can move this out of the way so it doesn't cover up any of the data that you already have. So just left click on that and drag it anywhere you'd like to. And what we need to do now is select our data. To do that, you'll right click anywhere on the chart and then click Select Data. Now we have to go back to our data because we don't want the log transform data in the plot in the worksheet here. Rather, we want our original raw data. So choose the length and the weight columns and click OK. So there's a plot of our raw data. Next thing we want to do is add some axis labels. We're going to add chart elements up here in the upper left. Go to axis titles and click on primary horizontal. Do the same thing and click primary vertical. Now let's change these. They don't mean much, so double click on axis title on the x-axis, select that text and type in whatever you want. I'm going to put length here in centimeters and do the same thing for this axis title, and here I'm going to put weight in grams. The next thing we want to do is change the axis range. So we're going to left click on the chart, go to Format here at the top of the page, and we want to modify the horizontal axis. So over here, there's a little bit of a menu that pops up. In the Format Axis menu, click on these axis options here, the series of bars, and click on the arrow next to axis options, and we want to change the bounds. So it looks right here that our plot data start a little bit after 15 centimeters. So we're going to make that the minimum value. Click OK. And now we've changed the scale on the bottom to more fully utilize that space in the plot. The next thing we want to do is add a trend line. So click on Chart Elements and this little plus sign to the top right of the chart. And we're going to add a trend line. Go over here, click on this little button to get more options. And then what should pop up, if it doesn't, make sure you're clicked on the little chart element right here, and we're going to use a power function. Now that plot's in the exact same color as the other data points. We can't see it, so we're going to change that. We're going to go to the fill part of the menu, click on the outline color, and I'm going to choose black. So the blue represents all of your raw data points, and the black dotted line represents this weight-length relationship, A times length to the power 3.11. And then you can also change other elements of this chart if you want to. For instance, this title is not very informative. I'm just going to get rid of it so that we can have more space available for the plot. You might choose to change the color and so forth. Come back next time and we're going to learn how to do a bimodal size distribution analysis.